Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing our fall night routine as a family of 6, and I want to thank kiwico for sponsoring today's video, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now you see my boys are coming home from school and just putting their shoes away. If you're new here, I am a mom of 4. These are my 2 oldest boys, Carter and Tanner. Carter is 7, Tanner is 5. I have a daughter, Ella, who is currently in preschool, and she is 4 years old, and a daughter, he will be 2 next month, which is just craziness. Usually Ella will get home from pre-K before the boys, but today was just a different day, not like our normal schedule. So we come home, we take off our shoes and wash our hands, and then I'll go ahead and go through the kids' book bags, see what they have for homework or anything that needs to be signed, any trip forms, anything like that, any parties coming up. Basically just go through their book bags and get everything ready for the following day, including if they packed lunch. I'll go ahead and wash their lunch boxes and all of that. Do your kids usually pack or buy lunch? Ella, I have to pack lunch for preschool, and the boys, they do love buying lunch. There's a couple things that they won't eat, but I think that they just like getting all the treats that they're allowed to get at school. Sometimes I have to like look at the money on the card and be like, wait, why did you guys get ice cream every single day this week? We were only supposed to get ice cream on Fridays, but it's kind of cute, but I won't tell them that. So yeah, now I'm just washing Ella's lunch box and all of that. I'm going to let it dry off for the next day, and then I'm going to put their book bags away for them. You know, I love a delicious and easy dinner, especially on weeknights when we are busy trying to get to bed on time and all of the other stuff that we have to do. Sometimes we have homework and sports that need to get done. You know, we just try our best. So I've been loving the Crockpot, especially in the fall months, you know. I just like to try all new recipes in there. Tonight is my first time trying this specific recipe, and I will have it linked below. But basically, if you want to make this even easier, you can go ahead and brown your meat earlier in the day and put it away and throw everything in the crock pot once you're ready, because this recipe only requires 3 hours in the crock pot, which isn't too long. So this would be a great thing to throw in before your kids come home from school and not have to really think about it until dinner time is here. So yeah, I really liked this. I would change a couple of things. Like I said, I'll link the recipe below. The only thing I would change is I would probably use like sweet Italian sausage in this instead of ground meat, and I think that would be like just enough. It would be so delicious, and I would use probably half the amount of water. One tip I will say for when you're making this recipe is do not mix it all together until the very end. The layers are super important so that your pasta doesn't get mushy. So basically this is like, I want to say it's like a baked ziti, honestly, but it's really good. It involves cream cheese. Your normal baked ziti wouldn't really have cream cheese in it. And I'm slowly finding out that all of the best crock-pot recipes either have like some type of creamy soup in it, which a lot of times aren't gluten-free. If you're new here, my husband and I are gluten-free. All my recipes on my channel are gluten-free, so I have lots and lots of cooking on here. But yeah, this is a easy gluten-free baked ziti. I used jovial pasta, which is my favorite gluten-free pasta. You know that it's made with brown rice, so it holds up really well and it's nutritious. But yes, a very incredibly easy recipe for a weeknight. So basically you put a half a jar of sauce on the bottom, and then you're going to put half of your pasta, and then you put the second half of the jar of sauce, and then you add some water, and then you add your meat, and then you add this topping, which is just cream cheese, sour cream, and ricotta cheese mixed together with some Italian seasoning, layering it on like this, and then I'm going to top it with some pasta, and I think I put, yeah, and then more sauce, and then meat at the end. And then once it's almost cooked at the very end, you're going to go ahead and add in 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, let that melt, and mix it all up. Another thing that I really love about Crockpots is that you can clean up when you have the time to. So a lot of my recipes in there are just like dump and go recipes. So there's not a lot of cleanup, but if there are any dishes, you can just quickly do them before the, nighttime chaos starts. Kitchen's cleaned up, dinner's going, and I am going to start doing the kiwico crates with the kids. Chris is also going to join us for this, but if you don't know what kiwico is, they make hands-on projects for kids that are designed to be much more than just a toy. So their crates teach science, art, and engineering, and are designed to speak to a child's curiosity and creativity. We absolutely love kiwico. We've actually been using them since 2018. Carter's yelling down to them, telling them that he set up the kiwico crates because they have been dying to do these since they saw them get delivered. So they are all so excited and come running up from the basement. So like I said, we have been using these since 2018, so I had to go ahead and put this little throwback in here. I have a couple of them actually, but I just can't even believe how little they were this day. Just like seriously feels like yesterday. Look how little. And then I also have a little clip of Ella doing hers, and then even a little clip of Evie when she received her first panda crate. Oh my goodness, I can't even handle this. Okay, back to present time. My heart can't even handle how small they were. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what crates each kid got. So Everly got the panda crate, which is for ages 0 to 24 months, which you saw in that little flashback was her first one that she ever got. And each crate helps babies learn by doing what they do best, playing, exploring, and most importantly, interacting with adults. And the crates arrive every other month and are filled with 2 months worth of content. What I love about that is that you can just save it. They're not like throwaway toys. They're really good quality stuff. And then Miss Ella got the koala crate, which is for ages 2 to 4, and that delivers fun hands-on activities to engage the natural curiosity and creativity of preschoolers in play-based learning. You have to wait and see her final product and see her playing with it. It's the cutest thing in the world. And then Carter and Tanner got the kiwi crates, which are for ages 5 to 8, and that crate delivers young innovators all the materials and inspiration needed for fun hands-on projects to explore art, science, and engineering. Like I mentioned earlier, there are multiple ways to play. It's not just a one and done thing, and depending on which crate you receive, you either get multiple projects within or additional ways to customize the experiments you can do. So each crate comes with a kid-friendly magazine that empowers your kids to be able to complete the projects on their own and dive deeper into the subject. My favorite part about kiwico is that my kids love them, and it gets them away from the screens and it gets them creating. They're always so proud of themselves and what they've created, which give them confidence to be innovators. You can even see Everly here in a minute when she figures out how to string her beads onto her little rope here. It's pretty much the cutest thing in the world. You can see Ella doing make pretend with her little campfire food. So much thought and time goes into each and every crate. The quality is amazing. Each monthly crate is designed by experts, including industrial designers and even ex-aerospace engineers, and it's tested by kids. Thousands of hours go into developing every single crate. It's so convenient, it's delivered straight to your door, and it's very affordable. Most kiwico subscriptions are under $20 a month. We had so much fun with these crates. I love that it gives me something to do with the kids because I'm just not good at playing make pretend. I feel like I can do stuff like this with them, hands-on activities, and it just makes me feel like I'm spending time with them, and it's good quality time, not just us sitting in front of the TV watching a movie. So that's another thing that I really love about this. But look at Evie. She is so cute and so proud of herself. I just truly, truly love kiwico. For a limited time, kiwico is offering my audience the opportunity to get their first month for free. Most kiwico subscriptions are less than $20 a month to begin with. My family genuinely loves kiwico, and I really believe it's worth every penny, so I know that you will love it too. So if you want to try it out and support my channel, click the link in the description and get your first month free. All you have to do is go to kiwico.com/Beastons. So That's kiwico.com/Beaston for your first month for free. And the next thing we're doing is just reading. It doesn't always go this exact order at all. Sometimes it's right before bed, sometimes it's both, but it's really, really important to us to make sure all of our kids are getting some reading time in. Carter can read by himself, and we still read with him and help him out with words and things like that, but it's just so important for every aspect of life, so we try to fit that in where we can. So Chris and Tanner are reading his library book that he got, and Ella is helping me set the table. So it's that time to add the 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. First, I'm just mixing everything together. This is the first time I'm mixing those layers. I haven't touched them at all. That's really important. So I'm just putting on the 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, going to let that melt. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to mix us up a salad. We all really love the same dressing. I've mentioned it in other videos before. It's like Simply 60 balsamic. It's delicious. So mixing that in, luckily we can all agree on that and we'll all eat that. And then I'm also just getting dessert ready. My kids do have dessert pretty much almost every night. It's not always something baked or something like that. It could either be like a little piece of chocolate or something, but I'm just into dessert every night. I grew up that way, and it's just, life is too short not to have dessert every night, you know what I mean? I'm also cutting up some basil for my pasta. I absolutely love fresh basil, and I think it's really important to add fresh elements to your dishes, especially crockpot meals. So I'm also just looking at what's for lunch the next day, looking at our calendar. I kind of tack up all of the school papers that I need up there, see what we need for the next day while I'm in this in-between time waiting for dinner to be finished. And then I'll go ahead and ask the kids if they want to buy lunch the next day or pack. This particular day they decided to pack. I don't remember what it was, but they didn't want it. So yeah, you'll see a little later on I have all their lunch boxes laid out for the next day as well. But mixing this all up and serving dinner. Real talk moment, because I know that routines always look perfect because there's sound off and there's music and there's voice overlays, and of course you would cut out anything where your kids weren't behaving well or whatever you don't want to put into this video. So I just want to mention that every night at dinner I kind of have this feeling like I spent some time on dinner and everyone's complaining about whatever dinner is usually, unless it's like pizza or tacos. So yeah, you spend that time cooking and then everybody complains a little bit, and it goes by in 2 seconds and then it's dessert time. I will say the one thing with me is that yes, we do have dessert every night, but if you don't eat a certain amount of bites or if you don't eat something nutritious, you're obviously not going to have dessert. So that is how I bribe my kids to eat dinner. But I just wanted to say, put that little real moment in there. But I live for dinners at the table together. It's so important to me. Even if it is like 2 minutes and in your head you're hoping it was like this 30-minute long dinner with beautiful conversations and things like that. But the reality is, I think that it's amazing to have dinner together. Now that dinner and dessert is done, Chris and I are tag teaming, getting the kitchen together. He is doing the dishes and I'm just wiping everything down. I'm also going to go ahead and make my way to the living room and vacuum. The kids will always have something to clean up at this point too, whether that's putting their toys away or, just helping out some way. They like to go crazy after dinner and dessert. I guess the sugar rush from dessert. They jump all over the couches and we do dance parties or play tag, like the stuff you're not supposed to do when you just get done eating. That's what we do. We have the chaotic moments after dinner. But they are helping just put the pillows back onto the couch. I'm wiping everything down. I try to clean as I went because my goal is always to, when we bring the kids up for bed, to not have to come down and clean more. I come down to make my supplements and put their clothes out for the next day and stuff, but I want to be done the cleaning process by the time I go ahead and put them into the bath. Now that the cleanup is done, I'm getting everybody their fresh night water, and a lot of times they don't even wind up drinking this in the middle of the night, and if not, that's fine. Sometimes they do wake up really thirsty. I always bring water to bed. We just got back from Nashville, and I was with my girlfriends and my sister, and I couldn't believe that not everybody brings water to bed with them. I guess because, I don't know, in the morning I wake up and take Synthroid for my thyroid, so I need water to take my medicine with, but also I just feel like I'm constantly drinking water, but that's just me. I always bring water to bed. What about you? A lot of times Ella will take on this responsibility. She really enjoys getting everybody's waters before bed, but I'm doing it tonight. And then I wanted to say that we wind up using these cups the next day for school as well. So I just went upstairs to start getting jammies and stuff ready. A lot of times the kids will pick out their own pajamas depending on their mood. Other times I'll just pick it out. And then I'll also go ahead and pick out their clothes for the next day while Chris is just getting the dogs fed. And they'll stay down here and eat in here while we're doing bath time. So we're doing a boys' bath and the girls' bath. Sometimes some will take a shower. Just every day is different, but they get cleaned every single night. And I've also put a little bit of the Dr. Teal's unscented bath salts in the boys' water. I do that once in a while. I did it for the girls as well. I just was showing you how cute their little Halloween-themed bathrooms are. I'm still really loving how that came out. Carter is getting his reading in, and then we're going to go ahead and brush teeth. Chris and I alternate who puts Everly to bed. We kind of fight over it because we both love putting her to sleep because she's so sweet and snuggly. We listen to lullabies on Alexa. That's her new thing. She says, "Lullaby, Alexa," and that's what she likes to do. I guess she's over me singing to her, or over Chris singing to her. But I'm just using some mermaid spray in their hair, brushing the girls' hair while they brush their teeth. Oh my goodness, we've had this big fluffy sleep sack forever. It's the best sleep sack. Depending on the temperature, if I'm using this heavy sleep sack, I won't put socks on her. A lot of times she does sleep with socks, but like I said, Chris is putting her down tonight. Tanner is also doing so good with these little red books. This is his current favorite book, What is Red? So he is reading that. We are going to do lots of snuggles and then put them to bed. And now it's time for me to shower. I'll either shower or take a bath every single night too. It's just like how I unwind. So just brushing my hair. I wash my hair probably every other night, sometimes every night, but this particular night I left it like this, and then I washed it the next morning. I have all their clothes getting set out. I'm adding their socks to their outfits and the little bows and all of that. And I also have all of their lunch boxes set out for the following day as well. And now it's finally time for me to think about myself, take my nighttime supplements, and grab some water. I'm actually heading upstairs. I did a little bit of work, but I've been trying really hard to focus on like still being a human being and not a machine. Whereas like instead of staying up all night working, I will be, watch something or unwind. I'm addicted to Verity by Colleen Hoover. I'm on chapter 8 right now, so I'm just like can't put it down. So I will read that sometimes. I definitely plan my next day the night before. That's what I'm doing here. And then just go ahead and finally pass out. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I am taking Tuesday off, but I will see you next Sunday.
Whenever your heart is broken.